It's a recommendation.
It's only a recommendation.
It's a recommendation, so
It's a recommendation, but our knowledge is the park, our
Yeah.
knowledge is the.
Right.
Yeah.
we're only,
I mean, if the people or the council say you are to put it in the park, then you can pick in the park. But it's hard for me to understand how the Parks and Rec can pick where the library goes.
I think all we're asked is to consider, with the information we have, a location. And I feel personally, until the size of the structure has been determined and a full EIR has been done, and that possibly the community is surveyed, I am not ready to give a site. And I think we do need to know, we need to have a full EIR. We need to know what our traffic is. We need to know what's going on. We have children in this park constantly. We have seniors in this park. I'm not against it in the park. What I want is what's right for the community for long term. Knowing the size of that structure dictates a great deal. Until we have that size and know that size.
Shirley, pardon me, I am unfamiliar with what's going on with the town center on the plans with that.
They have a meeting.
Well,
And so, I didn't know if if there was a library that was already contemplated within the master plan of the town center.
the towns, as much as I know, is that the town center is being looked at. What I do know is that, and Mike has stated that that area is all open, even though the Public Works building is just new. It is not, it can be relocated. There is much space in there that could be used. I think they're in the stages of developing that. I think they will make open to, there's the possibility, many possibilities of that space can be used, and it's just starting out. So it's an open slate. The only thing that most of our buildings the library is not the only building that is structurally unsound. Most of our buildings in the public works.
That's right.
So they're not alone in that. The only part that could be challenged here, and I'm not clear, is that the council chamber is considered historical site. The rest is a little question on that. So leaving that, and if you took away the administration, and you took away the public works, and you took away the portables, and cleared that site, plus the parking area, you have the town center spot. I have not seen what they're proposing, though. The first library meeting that I attended, there was mentioned by a town task force representative that there could be some streets that were closed and rearranged. There could be, so there's many options, whether it be a circle. I haven't seen their final drawings, and that comes out, I believe there's a meeting October 12th.
Right, it's my understanding that the town center task force, they are not looking at a specific use. That what they've been doing is they've been going through a design competition for the purpose of identifying a preferred architect. But other than that, I do not believe there's any ongoing work as far as really taking a look at the town center site and how it could or couldn't accommodate various uses.
It's more of a rearrangement of the area itself, but not with any specific buildings on it, or?
Again, they did receive some proposals as part of the design competition. I believe there's a community meeting next week to share that, with the public, and at that time, then maybe one of the consultants has come up with some sort of plan for how to utilize that space for a town center complex.
So I, recommendation.
I would recommend holding off recommending that we put the library in the park right now. I would like to actually explore, you know, what it would look like in a town center type of environment.
I personally would not like to see the library part of town center. I mean, I don't say that I'd be against it being a separate building where it currently is. Well, I don't want skinny buildings, but I personally would second or vote for it being incorporated in the town.
I guess
Well, that's not-
I guess I should
The
read it.
council
I-
has made 2 site selections at this point, and they have, that's where it is right now. That's what the council has recommended, is to study 2 sites, not a 3rd site.
Well, I don't,
And so, I mean, as far as we're concerned, I mean, we can postpone if we think that's what we need to do. But I think that in consideration of looking at a 3rd site at this point, that the council, if they want to move forward in some reasonable fashion on this, that we need to consider the 2 sites that we've been given.
okay, and we're only focusing on the site in the park, that's our.
We can't recommend
Right,
the other
this is
site.
ours.
is-
This
We
is
can't-
our issue, not that.
Right,
Yeah,
we
right,
can't,
this is our-
we're not- we
this
can't
is
recommend the
our
other
issue.
site.
This is
Right.
our,
Right.
so we
Right.
either suggest to postpone it until a full EIR is done, until further study is done, and size is determined, and that could be our recommendation.
And again, we're just an advisory. The town council can do or say what they want to, because they did that
Really?
usually on the, right? So we're just, we're just an advisory, so what we recommend does not mean, you know.
Can I ask a question? I don't know who can answer it, but as far as what would be involved and what the time would be involved to get a full EIR report completed?
Really quite a while, and really what we're looking for is, to do an EIR, what we're recommending is that this is the preferred site, and that the EIR would be done in the context of this being the preferred site, and in doing an EIR, the environmental consultants need to independently assess other possible sites. That's part of the work that they would do, and they would evaluate them in the context of what we're recommending in the preferred site. So,
That's not hardly unbiased, if you put it that way, is it?
that's what we're recommending. Otherwise, the town would be obligated to do an EIR on 2 sites. Or 3 sites, so you're multiplying your EIR, and the environmental consultants are obligated to do it in an unbiased way.
Okay, so
And
that
so
is,
we're, in terms of trying to get this project to move forward, we're asking that this would be the preferred site, and that we would move forward with an EIR, evaluating this site.
Are you saying the town has to pay for the EIR, it's not from the library
It
funds?
would come from the library funds, but ultimately, the library funds are taxpayer money, and we're trying to be very cognizant that it is taxpayer money, and whether it's available or not, that we are trying to be very judicious.
I'll give it to, I think I said my recommendation would be that to the council is that they survey or poll the community and also a full EIR before determining, and if they have to do both sides, that's up to them, that could be a recommendation. But for our site and size, and because of open space,
I would like the whole community poll. I really would.
Absolutely, yeah.
I've stated that all along. I'd like
Okay.
to have the whole community poll. I don't
Oh,
know
the
how
whole
they're gonna do
community
it. Poll, yeah.
community poll.
Yeah, I would. I mean, I would really, hey, and if 80% of the people don't want it here, they want it elsewhere, that's where you go. Or, but I really, I've said this all along, I would like to hear from all, because some people are afraid to speak up, and others, are more than willing to express their way. So I'd like to have a community poll.
Before a decision is made?
Well, no, I don't know. I mean,
I would agree with that.
That
yeah.
That the community should be polled before we make a decision on putting it in the park, or recommending that we have it in the park.
So do I have a
Well, that's, yeah. A vote, do I have, okay,
Is
so,
that a recommendation?
is that a recommendation?
For the council to serve?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Do you want to have a discussion on that motion that's before us on
I don't know how you can quantify the response that you're gonna get. So if you get 25%, is that enough to
Well,
base it on?
If I recall correct, and I could be wrong, Sandy, I'm sure will correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it was mentioned to me, and this is before my time, that the ballpark, before it went in, was surveyed by the community whether they wanted or did not want it
Never heard that one.
because of. Okay, I was
That's
told,
new science there.
okay, I was told by a
I
prior council.
voted on the ballpark.
Okay, I was told by a prior council member that it was on a vote, was voted.
Bill, you were on the commission.
Can I make a,
No, the floor is closed, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna comment, I'm gonna respond to your statement.
If it's short and brief.
Yeah, the Park and Rec said we didn't want Little League there, the foundation said we didn't want Little League there, the Dame said we didn't want Little League there, and the council approved it.
I think they set it out for vote, but I'm
Nope.
not sure.
No, not, we checked with them.
I was very, very involved in that.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so before us, I think David made a recommendation.
I did. I don't
Make a
remember what I
motion?
said now,
You have to make a motion.
Well, what is your recommendation?
He made a motion.
but I made a motion that we put up the decision on recommending that the library goes in the park until we get a better understanding or get a populist vote or whatever I just said, what you said,
Yeah.
before I honestly can't not, approve or recommend the library in the park right now.
Okay, so ready, do you have that for us? I mean, did you write that down for us so you would understand what we were?
I have what David said. I'll
Okay.
recommend that council serve as a community.
Okay, on that, it's open for, we kind of discussed it. Can I have a vote? All in favor? Aye. All against?
I don't know.
Abstain.
That we're just asking for a survey?
Yeah.
We're asking for them to survey the community and,
Or otherwise ask for a vote or something or something.
Is there some kind of time, is there some kind of time?
There was 148 respondents
But that's,
on your slide,
But
correct?
that was before, now.
2009, 2011, what do you think, are we gonna advertise?
I think there's
Banners up
enough.
I think
Onward,
there's
road,
enough
what?
people that know more now.
So is it an
And obviously,
online
all the
thing? Can we
people
just all
here are
click
going
yes,
to
yes,
call
yes?
their friends and get them to vote. So, I mean, it might end up being that is, and we may only have 650, and they may all be, I don't want it in the park, and that would be a good indication to us, You know that more people are gonna respond now. But it gives
What kind of
everybody a
time
chance
limits?
to,
Will
well, we
work
should
in
have a time
timeframe
limit.
here?
Well,
I think we should.
I don't think that's our call, I think that's the council's call.
I think we're asking for a call right now.
It's up to the council on
Yeah, because
we're just, all we're doing is recommending
I'll
that,
recommend them that they
yes.
take a survey and that we're not, until there's a survey, that we are not comfortable giving them a location of the park. So again, I ask.
You had 4 ayes, did you, and 1 abstaining, I guess?
So I come back to the,
Sounds like
we
they
have,
have
for a vote
did you
again.
vote, Bob?
I abstained,
Sealed saying, oh, 3 ayes.
Three
Sure,
ayes.
take a vote, count, let's see.
Okay, that's 4,
I'm gonna abstain.
okay, 4 to 1. I believe that passes. The recommendation to the council. I'm gonna,
Was there one?
Four and three, yes. And I think Bob,
Was there one?
no, there was no no.
Because there's
So Bob, did you abstain? Or did you vote against? Did you say
I was just staying out of it at that point. You have it already, right?
The second time around, he
But
voted
I said, yeah, I'll be fine with it. One, if I want.
That's it, so you'll need to be voting on having.
I just don't, I don't see maybe it's 100 people who want it, who like that.
Ready to go?
I'm ready. Which is pretty shopping.
They voted to abstain from making the decision and pending survey and possibly the EIR. And then Diane tried to put a time limit on it. She tried to force the either or, which only.
Is this how it always is?
That, you know, they weren't in that narrow little stranglehold position. And going out to say, well, she didn't. This way.
Yeah, I think there's more like this.
So it passed.
So if you want to,
So it passed, we're done, thank God, and perhaps more honest.
excuse me, we still have a meeting.
Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't hear well, so I was just telling you some of the shenanigans. I'm leaving too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay,
We'll go this way.
do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I make a motion to adjourn.
So just to be clear, you have me down here, so we're
I've
gonna.
had you down there for 3 months.
Okay, so, now, somebody should have the finalized copy of that.
I came back to you, when we still didn't have the finals for AYSO yet.
Okay, and I sent that, I should have sent that, did I send that back to you or no? And did we have the AYSL all taken care of now in terms of the,
Still have my own schedule that I did for that.
because I haven't got, they have not gotten back to me at all, and I put a call into, I believe, that nice gentleman that always shows up every year, Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
I have the dates because they were in a contract, so I do have all the dates, so I can send you that.
Okay,
That'll help you.
all right, but I haven't filled those in yet on the AYSL?
Only because I don't think we've gone back and forth. That's all.
Okay, well, now that I get that done.
Okay, I appreciate it, just because we kind of want to know where all they stand and how they feel about the people that you have.
Everything should be pretty much filled in though. I know I originally put some AYSO in there, but maybe not specific.
You know,